Hey, what's going on? It's Hobart. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm doing some update videos on some IEMs that I own after a few months. I've been listening to them, and I've gotten some comments and some emails asking me for an update on how they're holding up, how they sound, what do I think about them, should they spend their money on them. So I figured, what the heck, I got some more time, let's go ahead and do some update videos. So I just uploaded the ZS10 Pro the other day, the update video for that. That has been my first and favorite set of IEMs that I've owned until I got these guys right here, the TRN ST1 IEMs. Now, I'd always thought that more is better. 4 balanced armature drivers and 1 dynamic driver versus 1 balanced armature driver and 1 dynamic driver, but I was absolutely wrong. I was totally mistaken. It's all about the tuning. And these guys have done a really good job at making these sound more than they are. So let's start off with taking a look at the fit. If you haven't had any IEMs or in-ear monitors before, they go inside your ear. These are over-the-ear IEMs, so they have an over-the-ear hook, which makes them a lot more comfortable, makes them easy to go running and exercise and sweat in because they don't fall out when you pull on them. They're also very comfortable, okay? They have a shell that is rounded. It doesn't have a lot of trying to be custom ridges or bumps on it that make it uncomfortable in your ear. They're nice and rounded and they sit in your ear very well, as you can see on the shell. So they're very comfortable IEMs, and I really like them a lot. All right, so let's get technical. This comes with 1 balanced armature driver, and it's the 30095 Chinese balanced armature driver, which is one of the same ones that's inside the ZS10 Pros. This also has a new generation or an improved 10mm dynamic driver that's supposed to give you intense bass rumble and treble, they say up to 1 kilohertz. So that's pretty interesting coming out of a dynamic driver. The shell is an all-new acrylic shell here. You do have the option of 3 different colors. You can get clear blue, clear black, and clear magenta. I've got the clear black. There's also an airflow regulating pressure vent that's supposed to equalize the pressure in front of the dynamic driver and make it sound better and for it to be easier to drive with pretty much any music device, whether it's your phone or a DAP. And there's also a little bass hole right here. Now the metal faceplate, as you can see, it's nice and shiny. It's got a PVD coating on it that helps it protect it against impact, scratches, dings, dents, and all that good stuff. Plus, it makes it real nice and shiny. And that's hand applied right there, hand painted. Now the ZS10 Pros use the new 2-pin connector. This is the 0.75mm connector that they've added a little bit more plastic on the end of there to make sure that these pins aren't easily bent or broken off. So it makes it really easy if you're trying to put it into the IEMs. You just take it like that, put it up here, boom, and they're connected. Haven't had any problems with any crackling or distortion of anything. They have not fallen off even when I was pulling on them. So the cord and the connection, the Type-C 2-pin connection, is pretty secure. Now the cord that comes with the TRN ST1s is a really nice cord. Very impressed compared to the KZ standard brown dreaded cord. This is 10,000 times better. I think it's because it's got that extra silicone or rubbery feeling coating on it is why it doesn't tangle up. Again, it just comes undone. So they did a great job. The 3.5mm connector is gold plated. This here is a metal. It's not plastic, it's metal, aluminum feels like. Then here where the Y is, this is also an aluminum. And then of course you've got your pre-molded ear hooks and your Type-C connector here. So kudos goes to TRN when it comes to the standard cord that comes with this. You do have the option to get a microphone with it, similar to all of the other 1 or 2 button microphones. You'll be able to answer calls, hang up calls, pause, fast forward, previous, next song, etc., all from your cord with an inline microphone and button. If you wanted to go ahead and upgrade the standard cable, I already did this when I got my ZS10 Pros because I wasn't a fan of the original cable. If I had bought these IEMs first, the TRN ST1s, I would have just stuck with this cable. But if you want to go ahead and upgrade, one that does work with these IEMs is the KZ upgraded cable is what it's called. It's a gold cable. It's got a 3.5mm connector on it. It is a stainless steel piece down here at the connection. It does have a gold and silver braided wire you do have a metal piece here at the Y, and you also have your Type-C connector. So I'll put a link in the description for this guy, as well as the Bluetooth cable. You do have the option to get a Bluetooth cable with this. It's the KZ HD Bluetooth cable. It is Bluetooth 5.0. It has the CSR 8675 chip. It's aptX HD. They say it's more powerful than aptX. They've added HD to it, so it's aptX HD. It's AAC audio coding. You got CVC noise reduction. It's IPX5 waterproof for when you're sweating, or in case you're, go dip in the pool and you get a little wet, you'll be all right. I'll put a link in the description for the Bluetooth cable and the KZ upgraded cable if you wanted to go ahead and purchase them for your Type-C or 2-pin IEM. So let's talk about the sound. As I said earlier, I was extremely impressed with the way that these sound. The tuning is incredible. I really did think that having 4 BA drivers and 1 DD driver was going to be better than having 1 BA driver and 1 DD driver, and I was absolutely wrong. When I listen to something like Sublime with Rome, which is got some snappy bass, some punchy bass, but there's really not too much rumble and bass in there, it sounds really good. It's punchy. The mids are there. The highs are there, but not too much. It doesn't hurt my ears. They're not fatigued. So when it comes to something like Sublime with Rome, these guys shine. There's no distortion at all. I can crank it all the way up to 100, and they just sound absolutely incredible. But on the flip side, I can go over and listen to something like Post Malone that has a lot more bass, hard-hitting bass, rumbling, long-lasting bass. And these things hold their own. They don't get distorted even at 100%. They sound good, they rumble, they punch. The mids are great, the highs are not too much. So again, I'm super impressed with the way that these sound, both when I'm listening to something at 100% volume that's just testing that bass and testing those highs with that Post Malone, to something that really is a quick, fast, punchy bass that is like Sublime with Rome. And the TRN ST1s can hold both of them very, very well. Now when I'm comparing them to the ZS10 Pros, those are $50, these are $20, those have 4 BAs and 1 DD, this has 1 BA and 1 DD. But I really like the way that the TRN ST1s sound. And I keep finding myself being pulled towards the ST1s whenever I want to listen to music. I use them exclusively at the radio station. So I just find it really hard to say that they're better, but I just like them better. So let's take a look at the graph here and see what TRN is saying that these guys are going to sound like. Now on the left, between 20 Hertz and 500 Hertz, that is your bass. And as you can see, the highest dB in the lows is around 109 decibels. Now the mids, those are between 500 Hertz and 5000 Hertz. And as you can see, there's a jump right in the mids around 2000 Hertz at a little over 110 dB. And then it trails off into the highs. Now the highs, those are going to be between 5,000 Hertz and 40,000 Hertz, or all the way to the right of the graph. As you can see, there is a peak around 10K, but then it's at a lower dB than the mid peak. You know, it's not even as loud as the mids. So the mids, the upper mids are pushed up while the highs are there. They really are there. They just aren't ear piercing. Maybe that's why I like them so much. I don't know. I mean, when it comes to these guys, for $20, I'm highly repping these things. The TRN ST1s are something you definitely should get. So to wrap it up, I'm really, really happy with the TRN ST1s. I think you will be too. For $20, being able to get a really nice cord, the Type-C connector, which is great. The comfort is amazing. The sound is incredible. You're getting 1 BA, 1 dynamic driver. It's just, it's really a nice package for the price. So I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description for the TRN ST1s if you want to go ahead and buy them. I'm also going to put a link in the description for the Bluetooth cable and the upgraded KZ Gold cable if you wanted to get those. And as always, I really appreciate you watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see the next time I post some videos. I got another update video coming for the AudioSense AQ3 IEMs. Those guys have Knowles drivers in them, so I'm going to be working on that video next. But as always, I appreciate you watching my videos. I hope you stay safe in all this. And until next time, my friends, have a great rest of your day.